the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Hawks and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis operating gun. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down. Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, Kirk Cousins of the Vikings.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these two head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possessions. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team and give you a few extras.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and fourth as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And what really attracts people to him? A passionate leader. Controls the huddle really well, controls the locker room, and also throws with anticipation and accuracy, especially evident when he throws the deep ball.
They go play action. Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback.
Before making a move to Seattle, Carlos Dunlap was the Bengals' all-time sack leader. Ended up having 5 with the Seahawks in 8 games in 2020 as well.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Throwing, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Seahawks football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense ready to go here for the first time, and leading them is the 7-time Pro Bowler in his 10th year now in the NFL, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and then covering for a loss of a yard.
I think you're trying to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position, no one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
2nd and 11 now. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. That's good for 28 yards.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is DJ Reed returning. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Following the interception, Cousins. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, as they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Bobby Wagner, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down at 5. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And he's brought down.
And it shouldn't come as any surprise that you say Adam Thielen made a catch, and it was for a first down. He comes off another solid season, over 900 yards receiving, one of the best route runners in the NFL.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Darrell Taylor able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Oh, the return is Reed. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody covered. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. They got to get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Amir Abdullah deep for Minnesota. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 40. He gives it off to Carson. It's a room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Carson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd and 2, Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Wilson. Incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
That one was tipped up in the air and fortunately fell away for the defense, because if the offense is able to grab that one, that's a short little jaunt into the end zone, because there's not enough reaction time off of a tip ball for the defense to rally and make a tackle. They were very fortunate on that play.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
To throw is Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
And offensive line play and pass protection has been a problem in recent years for the Seahawks. And more importantly, for quarterback Russell Wilson. They allowed 48 sacks last year, the 5th most in the NFL. They vowed to improve, didn't get it done on that play.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they contemplate what to do on 4th and goal. Oh, they'll run the option right. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 7.
Now Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Carson, the 1st down and more. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, 61 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you, and let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Brings up second and 1.
Now a give to Madison. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On third down, Cook. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Britton Colquhoun now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes Reed. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. There for the sack, Emerson Griffin.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd down, Cook trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and
Now Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you've taken it away. No catches, no targets, but we're still winning. I've opened things up for the rest of my team. I know how receivers think.
They've been using him as a decoy, and effectively so. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without got a ton of pressure in his face. It just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Forced out to his left. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Myers connects on the PAT, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The football going back to the Vikings offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Cook. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Madison. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Greg Joseph for the Vikings field goal on 24-yard attempt.
Joseph's got it. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, passed it to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. There to get a hand in and knock that one away. DJ Reed from the 21 at 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Shakes off the sack. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. Reed wrestling ahead. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd down and 3. Now it's Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now it's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Vikings head out to take over once again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. L.J. Collier in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
What a waste of time.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Tight end leg. 4 down, 4 down.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that's the danger of throwing the ball to that part of the field, because if it does get picked off, as we just saw there, they can run a long way. They're actually fortunate they didn't give up a touchdown in addition.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. 57 Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Brooks in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long for Cousins. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We saw Chris Carson lead the way in that first half. First up, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Seahawks in that first half. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football. at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He was trying to get that to Colby Parkinson, and now it's second down. Here's Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 25, and he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. L.J. Collier able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Frank Joseph on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And it is good. Well, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that gets him back within 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. And he will score. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Now Abdullah, the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. And a third interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off by Quadre Diggs. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
The one thing things you always like about Quandre Diggs is his ability to bring his cornerback build and skills to the safety position. Had a career-high 5 interceptions to lead the Seahawks in 2020, where he was a first-time Pro Bowler. I love the way he plays in the secondary.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 17, Wilson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Again, Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Danielle Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They start the drive with Cook. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. On the return is Reed. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks take back over. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Stephen Weatherly, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Minnesota's offense takes over possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Cousins. Looking long for Westbrook. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. D.D. Westbrook, 46 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They run again with Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a high onside kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Throwing is Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. To the air again, it's Cousins. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And
he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Reed returning. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And this will go to Carson out wide. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Seahawks.
They run it with Carson. He stiff arms him. Still going. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
Vikings 27.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Abdulah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brings up second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Again, it's Cook. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. This a screen to Abdullah. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 53 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Cousins to throw it. Past the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give them 32 on the play.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A give, this is Cook. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. L.J. Collier able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins now. He completes it to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll run for it with Cook. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so, and one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near...
Touchdown, Vikings! Smith Jr., a 2-yard touchdown grab. And if the Vikings can take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Joseph on for the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Wilson to throw. And this one is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson flushed out right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now it's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. To throw is Wilson. Escape, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. To throw is Cousins. That is caught. Westbrook's got it. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Benson Mayowa able to get him for a loss of about 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins under pressure. They got him again. Carlos Dunlap getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Here's Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carlos Dunlap. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st down, Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Want to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. On 2nd and very short, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. KJ Joey Osborne there to make the grab. And if the Vikings could take care of business on the extra point, they will have the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Joseph now to have the PAT. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off, following the touchdown. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Complete. Smith has it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards, the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Cousins. Carlos Dunlap in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. They want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down, Carson. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. It's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.